We are introduced to Park Hyung Suk. He has a very difficult life in school and at home. Park is overweight, which makes him a target of bullying and harassment. He constantly gets kicked or made fun of. We see him with a school bully called Tae Sung. Tae really hates Park and likes to harass him on a daily basis. Park is too scared to stand up for himself, so he just takes the abuse. We see Tae and a couple of other students beat up Park without mercy. Tae also demands that Park helps him with everything in school. He wants Park to be his slave, basically. When Park returns home, he is really sad. He sleeps all day and waits for his mom. Park and his mom are really poor and their living conditions are not the best. Park gets angry at his mom for preparing noodles for him. He does not want to become even fatter, but he cannot help himself. Later in the day, they get into an argument as Park is really sad and does not like his life. The following day, Park gets abused at school once again. During gym class, Tae decides to beat Park in the middle of class. Nobody is stopping him, so Park has to just take the hits. Soon after, Park's mom arrives and stops the violence. Later, she tells Park that he has to transfer schools and move into a different neighborhood. She won't be able to move there with him as they do not have enough money. Park's mother thinks that this would be a great change for him as he can start over. Soon after that, Park moves into his new apartment. His stuff has not yet arrived and the apartment is pretty old. Still, Park is happy as he thinks this will be a new start for him. In the morning, he goes to his new school. On his way there, he bumps into a girl. The girl apologizes and she is the first one to be actually kind to Park. Suddenly, her boyfriend shows up and he starts to harass Park. Park tries to make friends with them, but it does not work. The boyfriend starts to hit Park and everyone laughs and films. Soon after that, Park returns home and he is heartbroken. He starts to scream and cry. After a few hours, something strange happens. Park opens his eyes and he is now in a new body. His body is handsome and tall. Park then spots his old body still lying on the floor. He realizes that he can change bodies. This is his chance to have a better life. Park goes to his new school in his new body. Everyone is shocked how handsome Park is now. He gets to class and all the girls lose their minds. He is too handsome for anyone to handle. All of them want to talk with him. Park, on the other hand, feels nervous as he has never had this kind of attention. He sits at his spot during class. There he meets Lee Jin. He is the guy who beat him up badly for no reason. Park realizes that Lee Jin has no idea who he is in this new body. Park Hyeon also spots Lee Jin's girlfriend in class. Now she is really interested in Park. Soon after, we see a hot girl called Hae Newell try to seduce Park. The moment she noticed him in class, she wanted to date him. Hae Newell and Park later talk about why he attends the art school. Park actually had no choice as his grades were not that great. Still, he has to pretend to actually like going to a school like this. Soon after, Park wakes up in his old body. He figures out that when his handsome body goes to sleep, he wakes up in his old body. Park now gets a job at a store. He works there in both of his bodies as two separate people. One night, Park in his overweight body is working there. Soon, Lee Jin arrives and starts to harass Park in brutal ways. The following day, Park is back in his handsome form and he goes to school. There he spots Lee Jin talking with his other friends planning to harass Park and his mother. Park gets furious and the two fight. Lee Jin tries to fight, but Park in this new body is too fast. Lee Jin gets punched in the stomach and Park wins the fight. Meanwhile, other school bullies find out about Park and decide to torture him for being so handsome. Park continues working at the store late hours. He realizes that all the customers look at him differently when he is in his regular body. Park sees that all of them hate him. After a couple of minutes, a boy arrives at the store and runs out with something. Park chases after him and runs into bullies. It seems that the smaller boy is actually also bullied, but he tries to beat up Park. Everyone starts to harass Park once more. Suddenly, Basco shows up. He is a dangerous high school student with tattoos. He beats up the bullies and saves Park and his other smaller student. Park then learns that the other student is called Park Jae-ho. The following day, Park goes with his handsome body to school. There he gets into a confrontation with Basco, but manages to win. Park also spends a day with his new friends. This is the first time he has had friends. He also decides to invite the small, bullied kid to lunch with him. Later in the day, his mother decides to visit him at his new home. Park's mother arrives and sees that he is still sleeping. She is now worried as it seems that her son does not go to school. Park Hyeon goes back to his house. There he finds his mother with his old body. Park Hyeon tries to pretend that he is a friend of her son's. They both go out to lunch together. Park Hyeon finds out that his mother is really worried about him and also working many jobs. Basco is there as well and gets mad. He thinks that Park Hyeon is a bully. Later, Park Hyeon gets really emotional when he sees how hard his mother is trying. Basco decides to challenge Park Hyeon to a fight as he thinks he is not a good person. Basco and Park Hyeon fight and Basco gets knocked out. Later, Park Hyeon returns to his old body and goes to work in the store. After a while, Baso arrives and gives him motivation. Basko thinks that Park Hyung can train himself and be strong. Park Hyung is really motivated by this and begins his training to lose all the weight. Park Hyung continued his life in the school. In his old body, he works at the store during nights and then goes to school. His mother still has no idea what's happening. At school, we are introduced to Lee Naun. He is a small kid who has fancy shoes and clothes. He often gets bullied by Jin Seong. Jin Seong and his friends start to harass Lee Naun, but Jin decides to back off. His friends think that he is going soft as he does not like to be the bully anymore. We also notice that a mysterious blonde boy in school constantly looks at Park Hyung. This boy is called Jad and he seems to like Park and wants to be his friend. During a night, Park Hyung in his old body goes to work. There, a beautiful woman goes shopping. She's actually nice to Park, which is strange for him. The following day at school, some other bullies start to harass another overweight boy. They beat him brutally and throw him to the ground. Park Hyung helps the boy. He also decides to offer help to other bully kids in school. In his handsome body, everyone respects him. Jae brings Park Hyung a birthday gift. Jae does not speak as he is very shy, but he wants to be friends. He thinks that Park likes fashion, so he bought him a sports bag. We see Payeon Deokwa, an overweight student who was bullied in school. Park Hyung helped him, and now Payeon wants to achieve his dreams. In his free time, Payeon writes songs and wants to become a rap artist. He thinks about performing in a school festival. The other students at school start to make fun of him for trying to become a rap artist. During lunch, these students start to harass Payeon Deok. Park Hyung and Jae decide to get involved and save him. A fight almost breaks out in school, but Basko ends it. Basko still thinks that Park Hyung is not a nice guy, but he does not know him. Payeon Deok, what gets really emotional as he cannot achieve his dreams. He also gets angry at Park Hyung for trying to help. One of the girls tells Park Hyung that he should be at the festival and try to sing. Park Hyung is the last one in school and decides to test out his singing skills. He sings beautifully, and a desperate Payeon Deok hears this. Payeon rushes into the classroom and begs Park Hyung to join him in the school festival. Park Hyung goes to visit Deokwa in his house. Deok is really ashamed because his house is in a pretty bad condition. Deok gets all his money from his grandma, and they do not have a lot. Park Hyung knows all about this as that is the same as his life. The two start to practice their singing and prepare for the festival. Park Hyung starts to practice a lot and his voice gets really tired. After a while, he wakes up in his old body and goes to work at the store. There he can continue to practice his singing. Once more, the beautiful woman arrives to buy something. She is very nice and motivates Park to keep singing as he has a beautiful voice. Deokwa once again gets harassed, and this time the small Park Jae-ho. The two of them then go and meet up with Park Hyung, who is now in his regular body. All of them talk about their school experience and how horrible it is. Basko then arrives and motivates them once more. The following day, Park Hyung is in his handsome body and he prepares for the festival. Deokwa and Park Hyung have now come up with a great song to use in the festival event. They also become great friends. The day of the festival has arrived, everyone at school is there and it's a big party. Park Hyung is now there and is preparing for his performance later in the evening. Soon he spots the girl from the store. He tries to talk with her, but now she is cold. Park realizes that she has no idea who he is. The girl tells him that she hates when people judge others for their appearance. Soon her boyfriend hits Park Hyung with full force. Park Hyung can barely stand. The boyfriend is called Jong Jian and he is really scary. Basko arrives and also gets into a fight. He tries to help Park Hyung. The mysterious girl tells Jong Jian to leave and stop the fight. That same night, Park Hyung and Deokwa finally go on stage and perform. They sing and everyone loses their mind. Later, a music manager gives his card to only Park Hyung as he was really impressed. Park Hyung refuses his offer as he is loyal to Deokwa. The mysterious girl returns home and we see that she also has an overweight body. It seems that she has a very similar situation to Park Hyung and can change bodies.